What if the vegetables you've always trusted were quietly working against your health? For generations, we've been taught that eating vegetables is the golden rule for staying healthy. But as we age, our bodies change. Nutritional needs shift, digestion slows, and the same veggies that once boosted our energy might now be causing unexpected challenges. In this video, we're diving into 8 specific vegetables that could pose risks for older adults. We'll explore the science behind these concerns, explain what makes them potentially harmful, and offer practical tips and safer alternatives. If that sounds helpful, stick around. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Let's get into it. Number 1, spinach. A leafy green that's long been praised as a nutritional powerhouse, but one that comes with hidden risks, especially for older adults. For decades, spinach has been celebrated as the poster child for healthy eating. From animated heroes like Popeye to glossy health magazines, it's been painted as the ultimate superfood packed with iron, calcium, magnesium, and a cocktail of vitamins. And modern science backs up its strengths. Spinach is rich in antioxidants and offers vitamins A, C, and K, all of which support immune function and cellular health. Its story is so strong that many people add it to their diets without giving much thought to how it's prepared. But that's exactly where things start to go wrong, especially for seniors. While spinach absolutely has nutritional merit, it's time we move beyond the glowing headlines and look at the full picture. Because for older adults and those with certain health conditions, spinach, especially when eaten raw, can do more harm than good. Let's talk about oxalates. These naturally occurring compounds are found in many plant foods, but spinach has particularly high levels. When consumed in excess, especially oxalates can contribute to the formation of kidney stones. And for seniors with already compromised kidney function, this can be a serious health concern. In fact, many health clinics have reported patients experiencing relief from kidney discomfort simply by switching from raw to cooked spinach. That's not a coincidence. Cooking significantly reduces the oxalate content, making it safer and easier on the body. Nutrition experts are increasingly vocal about this. Yes, spinach is nutrient-dense, but promoting raw spinach as universally safe ignores the reality that its oxalate load can be dangerous for vulnerable populations. And there's more. Spinach is also high in calcium, but here's the catch. The same oxalates that make it risky for the kidneys also bind to calcium in the gut, blocking its absorption. That's a problem for older adults at higher risk for osteoporosis or fractures. You may think you're helping your bones, but in some cases, you're actually starving them of what they need. Another hidden issue? Vitamin K. Spinach is rich in ITAN. While that's normally a good thing, it can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. For those who rely on consistent dosing, fluctuations in vitamin K can throw their treatment off balance, raising the risk of serious complications. Even scientific studies confirm this. Oxalates in spinach don't just reduce calcium absorption, they can impact bone density and drug effectiveness, depending on how and how much you consume. For anyone managing medications or bone health, raw spinach is more of a dietary risk than a benefit. That's why healthcare professionals are calling for better education and smarter food choices, especially for aging populations. So, what can you do? It's simple. Cook your spinach. Lightly steaming or sautéing it reduces the oxalate levels, makes nutrients more bioavailable, and supports safer calcium absorption. Pairing it with vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish or fortified dairy can boost those benefits even more. Many older adults have found that switching to cooked spinach in soups or smoothies not only reduces kidney discomfort but also improves energy and digestion. And here's a tip. Seasonal and locally grown spinach may even have slightly lower oxalate levels, especially when harvested in cooler months. But no matter the source, preparation is key. You don't have to give up spinach. You just have to understand it better. The truth is, even the most celebrated superfoods require context. Yes, spinach is powerful, but it also has a flip side. And for seniors, ignoring that reality can lead to unnecessary complications. Let this be a reminder. Don't just follow the hype. Make decisions based on your body, your age, and what science and real-life experience has taught us. Because when we combine traditional wisdom with modern research, we create not just healthier meals, but a safer, stronger path to long-term wellness. So before your next smoothie or salad, ask yourself, is your spinach helping your body or holding it back? Number 2, bean sprouts. Crunchy, fresh, packed with nutrients, but not without risks, especially as we age. There's no denying the appeal. With their light texture and concentrated nutrients, bean sprouts have found their way into everything from salads to wraps to health bowls. They're often praised for their high enzyme content and generous dose of vitamins. But beneath that fresh bite lies a concern that too few people talk about, especially for older adults. Here's the issue. The same warm, humid conditions that help sprouts grow also create a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Pathogens like E. coli and Salmonella thrive in these environments, and unfortunately, washing them isn't always enough. For seniors with weaker immune systems, even a minor foodborne illness can lead to serious health problems. And public health records have shown multiple outbreaks tied directly to raw bean sprouts. That's why food safety experts strongly recommend older adults avoid eating raw sprouts entirely or, at the very least, cook them thoroughly. Proper cooking doesn't just make them safer, it preserves their crunch and lets you enjoy their benefits without the hidden dangers. Try tossing cooked sprouts into stir-fries or soups. It's a simple switch that makes a big difference. You'll still get the texture and nutrition, but with far less risk. If you're looking for alternatives with similar nutritional perks, consider microgreens or baby spinach. These options typically carry a lower risk of bacterial contamination, especially when handled and stored properly. And speaking of storage, keep your sprouts cold and clean. Refrigeration is key, even if you're tempted to toss a few raw sprouts on your sandwich. Remember, the risk isn't worth it. Many older adults have shared their own experiences, how switching from raw to cooked sprouts helped ease recurring digestive issues and gave them peace of mind at mealtime. So if bean sprouts add a little crispness to your day, let it be the kind that lifts you up, not the kind that knocks you down. Number 3, corn. Sweet, hearty, and loved across the world. But for many older adults, it's more complicated than it seems. There's no denying its appeal. Corn is rich in fiber, packed with essential vitamins, and plays a major role in digestive health. From backyard barbecues to bustling street food stalls, it's a staple that shows up in meals of all kinds. But as we age, what used to be easy to enjoy can become harder for the body to handle. The problem lies in the tough outer layer of each kernel coating made of cellulose that's hard for aging digestive systems to break down. For some, that means bloating, gas, and even stomach discomfort after eating corn, especially in its whole form. Then there's the issue of blood sugar. Corn is a starchy vegetable, which means it has a higher carbohydrate load. That's important to know for anyone managing diabetes or insulin resistance. And when corn is processed, think corn chips, high fructose corn syrup, or sweet corn slathered in butterette can spike blood sugar quickly and dramatically. It's not just the carbs, the combination of added sugars and fats that can tip things out of balance, especially when corn is consumed in processed forms. So what's the solution? It starts with knowing the difference between whole corn and processed corn. Whole corn, like fresh kernels or frozen corn, without additives, still contains natural fiber and nutrients. But processed corn products often strip those away and add ingredients that challenge both digestion and metabolism. For older adults, the key is balance. Try pairing corn with non-starchy vegetables. Think leafy greens or roasted bell pepper stew help stabilize blood sugar and improve digestion. And when cooking, opt for steaming or roasting rather than frying or over-processing. These methods help retain nutrients while softening the kernels for easier digestion. Many seniors have shared their own stories how swapping out processed snacks for moderate servings of whole grains or mixing corn with high-fiber veggies made a noticeable difference. Less bloating or energy, a stronger sense of control over how their body feels after meals. In fact, studies show that when consumed in moderation, whole corn can be part of a balanced diet. The method of preparation makes all the difference. A simple switch like baking instead of frying can lower corn's impact on blood sugar without sacrificing flavor. So if you enjoy the satisfying crunch of corn, keep it on the table but in a way that works with your body, not against it. Number 4, kale. Bright, bold, and loaded with nutrients. But for older adults, it might not be as harmless as it looks. There's no doubt that kale has earned its spot in the health world spotlight. Packed with vitamins A, C, and K, plus a high level of antioxidants, it's been embraced by doctors, dietitians, and fitness gurus alike as a go-to green for longevity and vitality. But like many things in health and nutrition, context matters, especially as we age. Eating raw kale may carry certain risks for older adults that often go unnoticed. For starters, kale-like spinach is high in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation when consumed in large amounts. That's a big concern for anyone with a history of kidney issues or decreased kidney function. It also contains goitrogens, natural substances that can interfere with iodine absorption, potentially disrupting thyroid function. And for seniors already managing thyroid conditions, this can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and slower metabolism. The good news? Cooking kale changes the game. When you steam, saute, or lightly blanch it, you reduce both the oxalate content and the goitrogens. At the same time, these gentle cooking methods help unlock more bioavailable nutrients, making kale easier to digest and safer for older bodies. In fact, many older adults have noticed real differences after making the switch from raw to cooked kale. Better energy, fewer digestive issues, improved thyroid balance. Dietitians working with seniors have also reported that individuals with a history of kidney concerns experienced fewer symptoms when limiting raw kale and choosing cooked versions instead. And culturally, that wisdom has been around for generations. In many traditional cuisines, kale is slow-cooked into hearty stews, or nourishing soups not thrown raw into salads. These long-standing practices reflect what modern nutrition is only beginning to confirm. Preparation matters. So, if kale is your green of choice to fuel your strength and vitality, great. Just make sure you're preparing it in a way that supports your body's needs, especially as you grow older. Steam it, saute it, simmer it into something warm and comforting. Because even a superfood needs a little help becoming super safe. Number 5, asparagus. Crisp, elegant, and packed with nutrients, but like many things in life, even this beloved vegetable has a few caveats worth knowing. There's a reason asparagus is often praised in wellness circles. It's loaded with vitamins A, C, E, K, folate, and a wealth of antioxidants. Many people add it to their meals to boost immunity, support heart health, and feel energized overall. But for older adults, a little extra awareness can go a long way. Asparagus is naturally high in Purine S compounds that break down into uric acid in the body, and for those with a history of gout or joint pain, that can trigger painful flare-ups. It's not about cutting asparagus out completely, but rather managing how much and how often you enjoy it. Then there's its diuretic nature. Asparagus encourages the body to produce more urine, which can sometimes help reduce water retention. But for seniors, especially those who may not drink enough water during the day, this can lead to mild dehydration. And when hydration dips, so can energy, mental clarity, and overall vitality. So what's the smart way to enjoy asparagus? It starts with balance. Pair asparagus with hydrating foods like cucumbers or soups, or make sure to drink enough water with your meals. Steaming or lightly sautéing asparagus also helps retain its nutrients, while minimizing the purine impact. Many older adults have found that smaller portions and thoughtful pairings made a real difference. They still enjoy the fresh, grassy flavor of asparagus without the discomfort. Some even reported fewer gout flare-ups and more steady energy throughout the day when they adjusted how they included asparagus in their diet. Science backs this up. In moderation, asparagus can still be a valuable part of a healthy, balanced lifestyle. The key isn't to avoid it, but to approach it with intention. So if this green veggie gives you that vibrant lift during your wellness journey, keep it close, but stay smart about how you use it. Because even the most elegant vegetables deserve a second look when it comes to aging well. Number 6. Mushrooms. Earthy, savory, and full of character, they bring a unique flavor and texture to almost any dish. They're also packed with nutrition, from B vitamins and selenium to powerful antioxidants. Mushrooms are often seen as a smart addition to meals, adding depth to taste while quietly supporting your immune system and energy levels. But for older adults, there are a few important things to keep in mind. The first is safety, especially when it comes to wild mushrooms. One wrong identification can lead to serious consequences, including liver damage. For this reason alone, wild mushrooms should be completely avoided unless identified by a trained expert. Even store-bought mushrooms come with their own considerations. Some varieties, when eaten raw, contain compounds that may be difficult to digest or, in rare cases, slightly toxic. Cooking helps break down these compounds, making mushrooms safer and gentler on the body. And then there's the rising trend of mushroom supplements, especially those made with varieties like reishi. While these products may offer immune support or anti-inflammatory benefits, they can also interact with medications, including blood thinners and blood pressure drugs. That's why it's essential to check with a healthcare provider before adding any mushroom supplement to your routine, especially if you're managing chronic conditions or taking prescribed medication. So what's the safest way to enjoy mushrooms? Cook them. Always. Whether you're sautéing, roasting, or simmering them into soups and stews, cooking mushrooms helps reduce potential risks and improves their digestibility. Many older adults report feeling better, less bloated, more comfortable when they switched from raw to cooked mushrooms in their meals. And let's not forget how versatile mushrooms can be. Tossed into a hearty stew, stirred into a broth, or roasted as a savory side, they not only enhance the flavor, but also bring warmth and comfort to any meal. Research agrees. Studies show that thoroughly cooking mushrooms doesn't just reduce toxins, it can actually improve the absorption of their nutrients. So if mushrooms bring that extra magic to your plate, enjoy them with confidence. Just make sure they're fully cooked and thoughtfully prepared. Because when it comes to aging, well, the little things like how you prepare your food can make a big difference. Number 7. Potatoes. Soft, satisfying, and beloved across cultures, this humble root has become a symbol of comfort on dinner tables around the world. Whether mashed, roasted, baked, or fried, potatoes offer a versatility few foods can match, and nutritionally, they're no slouch. Naturally rich in potassium and vitamin C, they can be a healthy addition if prepared the right way. But as we age, it's not just about how comforting potatoes are. It's about how our bodies handle them. One of the biggest concerns, blood sugar. Potatoes have a high glycemic index, meaning they can cause blood sugar to spike quickly after eating. For older adults dealing with diabetes or insulin resistance, this can be a serious issue. And when potatoes are fried or heavily processed, that risk grows, adding unhealthy fats and sodium into the mix. Then there's another hidden hazard, acrylamide. This chemical forms when starchy foods like potatoes are cooked at high temperatures, especially frying. Long-term exposure has been linked to increased cancer risk, and some studies suggest frequent consumption of fried potatoes may also contribute to heart disease. That's especially concerning for seniors already managing cardiovascular conditions. So what's the healthier way to enjoy potatoes? Stick to gentle cooking. Methods baking or boiling are your best bets. These techniques preserve the natural nutrients while reducing harmful compounds. They also lead to a slower, more stable blood sugar response, which is key for lasting energy. And remember, portion size matters. Potatoes don't have to be off the table. It's all about moderation and smart pairing. In fact, many older adults have found that combining potatoes with lean proteins like chicken or legumes not only helps balance blood sugar, but keeps them feeling fuller, longer. And across the globe, traditional diets often include potatoes in hearty, oven-roasted or boiled meals long before deep frying became the norm. These methods aren't just healthier. They're gentler on digestion. Many seniors say they feel lighter, more energized, and less bloated after making the switch. So if potatoes are a staple in your diet, don't give them up. Just upgrade how you prepare them. Because comfort food should do more than just taste good. It should support your health, your heart, and your well-being as you age. Number 8, green peas. Small in size, but packed with nutrients and, like many good things, they need to be enjoyed with a bit of balance. Peas are a nutritional powerhouse. They're loaded with fiber, plant-based protein, and essential vitamins. Their convenience and versatility have made them a favorite for quick meals and simple sides. In plant-based diets especially, peas shine as a hearty, satisfying staple. But for older adults, there are a couple of important considerations to keep in mind. First, purines. Peas contain a moderate amount of purinescent compounds that break down into uric acid in the body. For those prone to gout or joint pain, high levels of uric acid can lead to painful flare-ups. That's why portion control and smart pairing with low purine foods are essential. Second, carbohydrates. Peas have a higher carb content than many non-starchy vegetables. While they're certainly more nutritious than refined carbs, they can still cause blood sugar to rise more quickly, something to watch for if you're managing diabetes or insulin resistance. So how can you enjoy peas without the drawbacks? It comes down to strategy. Instead of loading your plate with a large serving, try adding small, measured portions of peas into a well-balanced meal. Pairing them with high-fiber veggies and lean proteins can slow sugar absorption and help keep uric acid levels in check. Both research and real-life stories from older adults confirm this. A thoughtful, balanced approach to eating peas allows you to enjoy their benefits without the side effects. In fact, many seniors report that once they started watching their portions and mixing peas with lower-carb vegetables, they noticed fewer joint issues and more stable energy throughout the day. So yes, these tiny green gems can absolutely be part of a healthy lifestyle. Just treat them with the same respect you'd give any powerful food. Use them wisely, balance them carefully, and let them fuel your day without throwing your body off track. Here's what's most surprising. It's not just that some vegetables might pose challenges for older adults. It's that for so long, we've all been told a simple message. Eat more vegetables, as if one size fits all at every age. But the truth is, as we age, our bodies change. What once worked for us in our 30s or 40s may not work the same way in our 60s or 70s. And that means nutrition needs to evolve too. This doesn't mean you should cut vegetables out of your life, not at all. It means understanding the nuance show food is cooked, how much you eat, and what you pair it with. All of these can make a real difference in how your body feels. When done right, a diet rich in vegetables can still nourish, energize, and protect your body through every stage of aging. So we invite you to reflect on this. Have you or someone you know noticed changes in how your body reacts to certain foods over the years? Drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video helpful, just type yes in the comments to let us know. Make sure to explore the other videos we've handpicked just for you. They're packed with practical tips, insight, and support for aging well. Thanks for watching. Here's to making smarter, healthier choices as we move through the beautiful complexity of growing older. Stick around. Enjoy the journey. And join our community for more real talk, real solutions, and real support.